Don't hold yourself back from being as great as you possibly can be. And I've always thrived when things got rough.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FYI Podcast. This is another episode with your host, Paul Tully. We got a special guest, Julian Soria. He's here today. You know what I love, man? I love that you have an attitude. It's straightforward, and it is what it is. With you, it's kind of a no filter, just like, I'm out here, I'm getting it. This is what I do. This is what makes me feel good. Especially with fitness, you're really big into it. So I just want to commend you on that.
I think it all stems from, I've always been active as a kid, but I went through like a short phase where I was a little chubby. Quite honestly, this past couple of years, I haven't been as disciplined with food. I've always been disciplined to train.
Yeah.
I definitely remember times where I've been eating because of maybe nerves or something, didn't get something, maybe for like a job or something going on.
Yeah.
Up until like recently, I've always been like no bread, no rice, none of this and that. And I started to loosen up the discipline, so to speak, the discipline belt a little. And man, the wheels can fall off the train quick, you know what I'm saying? It was like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah. But, this was spiraled out of control quick.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I know.
It was just supposed to be a box of Cinnamon Life, and it turned, into like...
turned into 6 month.
You're right.
I hate myself.
You wake up out of like a food coma. What happened?
Yeah. Yes.
But that little kid, he always strived to not be chubby, quite honestly. So my girlfriend says I have a bit of like body dysmorphia or whatever. And I mean, there may be some truth to that. There may be some truth to that. All I know is that even like right now, I'm not where I want to be. I know that's for sure.
It's like you're still not where. It's like, when is it enough? When are we there?
Yes, where you find your peace is where you're there. Like wherever that's up here mainly, right? Yeah. Because actually, the weight gain or loss all really starts and ends here. Right. Where I'll look in the mirror, and this has been the pattern in my life, where I'll be in the mirror and I'll be looking at myself, I'm like pulling down on my little whatever I got, and I'm pulling at it, I'm like, I just gotta lose this. I'm getting fat. I'm looking at myself, I'm getting fat, looking at my full-length mirror. Yeah. And then I feel like I speak it into existence before it happens. It doesn't happen overnight, literally. Because you can't out-train a bad diet. Right. That's so true. I've been trying for years.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I've been trying for years to
outsmart the biology.
That boy's fast.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, cunning, baffling, and powerful.
I try to keep him on a chain inside, but he's quick. He eats, and it's so easy to gain. You have to moderate. Even if you're eating healthy, quality food, you have to monitor how much you're consuming, right? And you look at it just as fuel. And I have to remind myself of this all the time. So again, for me, I love the mental challenge as well as physical challenge in it. And to me, it's the ultimate challenge. I mean, I could talk about this. This has been a part of my life since, again, forever.
I like that. And I know that you're a guy that pushes yourself to extreme goals too. Ironmans, you ran an Ironman, you box, you do weapons training, which is stuff I love, all that as well. Yeah. But there's something that I'm addicted to that I love about always being on the chase, always pushing myself extreme. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. You know what I mean?
What about enduring? What about is that part of it too? Like enduring that pain, that struggle that you're going through in the process? Are you kind of addicted to that as well?
I think I am addicted to it, and it's not just fitness, right? It's from my childhood up, like traumas that I experienced and the things I've been through my whole life. I think relationships, I'm constantly have to be in battle mode. And I don't think that's the most healthy. But I'm addicted to it, and I hold on to it because it's what I've been since I'm a kid.
I can understand that. I totally understand. That's why I'm smiling the way I am. Because, I've been driven by pain a lot of my life. And so I got to a place where I found my peace and this and the other. But there's something about that edge right? That it gives you. Like, I mean, I definitely remember while filming Army Wives, that was my first series regular, so I was like, the first season I came as a reoccurring, and then they bumped it up, and the next season I came back as a regular, and like during like the middle time between filming those seasons, and even wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, go train before I work, I go hit my run, wake up, do my 3 to 5 miles, whatever it was, I forget. I remember that was time, the stuff that's going through my head is like painful memories, whatever, and like I would have tears in my eyes as I'm running, listening to my music or listening to Eric Thomas, who's a motivational speaker.
Love Eric Thomas,
And I'm saying all these things to myself, like positive affirmations, and just I have mantras, like Mayweather has all work's easy work, or things like that. You know, I'll have quotes of my own that I'll repeat. I call them mantras. I'll say to myself while I'm training, and whether it's on a run or lifting weights, and during that pain and feeling accomplished once I get on the other side of it. It can't be perceived as not healthy. But like I said, and I understand that, but I also see how it can be. It's so be used to a benefit. People have asked me, why am I so confident? Not that I'm confident in everything, but generally speaking, why am I so confident? Or I'll get in conversation, I'll be speaking about myself in some way, about whatever I do or done. Am I creating this all in my head, or is this really who I am? But then I reference my life history and experiences and what I've been through.
You're like, I'm that guy.
I am who I am. Yes, I know who the I am.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I've been through this.
Yes.
You can't tell me. I just did the math for me too. That's why I was saying, when I made the decision, I can make a living creating characters and telling stories. And as I'm taking that class in college, I go, I think I'm a good-looking guy. If I just put forth the same work ethic that I put towards athletics, towards this, I'll figure the rest out.
Did you know you wanted to be an actor coming out of high school, going into college? Was it something you found later?
Long story short, I've always identified as an athlete, played sports all my life, right? All that to say, when I got to junior college, I looked at the football field and I just didn't, quite honestly, as much as have confidence as I am or whatever, I'm also realistic, and I go, I don't think I'm gonna make anything of it, Went back through my files, and I had something in this little file cabinet talking about in 10 years after I graduated high school, I was going to become a cop. And I'm like, oh, what happened to that? What happened to that dream? Or where'd that vision go? Interesting. Okay, well, I'll apply for the LAPD. And then that's when they told me, we did a background check, and you're on probation, sir. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna be in the system, I might as well be on the right side. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I had a meeting with my college counselor. She goes, look, you need some extra units, painting, drawing, or theater. I said, painting sounds boring. Drawing, I can't do to save my life. And then she goes, what about the theater? And I go, well, maybe it'll be fun. And I went to that first class, sat up front, listened to Susan Hinshaw, the instructor, talk about what acting was all about. And keywords that she said was creating characters and telling stories. That rang out to me. And I was like, wait a minute, I can make a living doing that? My grandma used to always tell me stories to go to sleep, but I never want to go to sleep because I want to hear more stories. That preparation meeting opportunity made me first, I'm very lucky. I've been very lucky in my life.
Yeah, so it's like, when I'm watching you, it's just like a variety of inspiration. You're just hitting it from all cylinders. So I just want to commend you on that.
Thank you. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. You gotta love that same way. When you see a text message from me, I'm gonna say like a big hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the energy that I'm giving. It's the energy I give my work, and and fitness is a huge part of my life. I work out at least once a day. Sometimes I give my body. Even on a rest day, there'll be some type of activity, whether it's a run, where it's something where I gotta move, yoga. And I came in with the mentality of it's competitive. These are my competitors, right? Other actors.
Right.
And then I grew to understand that, oh no, you're really competing against yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you, how do you deal with being such a competitive person and driven person and confident person, and how do you deal with the lows of the industry?
I learned a long time ago to not drive myself crazy over that stuff. And again, it got easier to believe that and understand that the more I worked, right? I believe greats do that. I believe people who are working to be great have a tendency to be hard on themselves. And that's awesome. But at the same time, on the other side of that same token, make sure that you're giving yourself all the credit in your world. Be your biggest hype man, not artificial, but what you're saying, you got to believe, right?
Yeah.
But be your biggest hype man just as much as you're being your most constructive critic. Be both, because that's the balance. Tell yourself that you're enough just as often, or actually more so, than you are telling yourself that, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done that. Yes, you could always do better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. To get to anywhere your greatest self, you have to at least acknowledge the good things you're doing. So you're right. You have to find the wins, and every little win that you acknowledge will turn into bigger wins. The gym is always the best.
Right, especially when you start the day with it, that productivity, you're starting off, boom, hitting the ground running. I feel personally good when I get up at 4:30 and I get started. It makes me feel like I'm already productive, get that dopamine kick from the training, right? And it just sets the tone for the day.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Just building the little positive wins. Where you're at today, where you at mentally, physically,
I think
professionally.
It's a great time for me to do a podcast, just because I went through some financial hardships. I mean, everyone's kind of going through something right now, but I basically tried to set myself up, and it didn't work. I learned a lesson. Just mismanaged some money and did some, learned some very expensive lessons.
Yeah.
I always pound my chest, and I go back to referencing what I've been through in my life and what I've come through. I'm like, man, I'll get through this too.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm confident in who I am, because I keep looking back on what I've been through, and I've been through all that, and that's what leads me to going like this, because I'm him. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited about, there's been other areas where I've been telling myself to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So part of doing that again was getting up early in the morning. Life is what you make of it, and how you see things. And I've always thrived when things got rough.
Yeah.
So I'm excited and about what I'm going to create from it, and with the opportunity. You got to embrace these moments. So mentally, again, I'm strong. I went through my felt like forever of a time where I was kind of caught in a daze and feeling some type of way. But I got connected back with myself, reminding myself of who I am and everything. And it's a long-winded answer to say I'm good.
No, it's great. It's great. Tell that person out there, man, especially a youngster who's out there, but he's like, man, come on, man, Holly, that's not going to happen for me.
You have it within yourself to fulfill whatever it is that you're going after. Those qualities that resonate with you, you have within yourself. It's just a matter of you have to tap into it. Tap into your greatness. It's a phrase that I use a lot when I'm in the gym. And attack whatever it is that challenges. And again, reason being is because what I've said that resonated with you, you have those same qualities. Tap into yours and embrace the challenge and move forward and grow, because this life is by that quick, right? It's got one shot at this freaking existence, and we don't want to thinking on our deathbed, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't hold yourself back from being as great as you possibly can be.
You should never stress about the problems you be facing. Everybody in the mud on the struggle trying to make it. Look into the mirror and you see the motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration. I'm finding inspiration, and once I get a hold of it, I'll never get complacent. Look into the mirror and you see the motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration.